This is the Handy Hazzan, and welcome to Do It Yourself in the Kitchen. And today we're going to make a special dessert. They are matzah wine rolls for Pesach, Passover, which is just around the corner. I have the ingredients right here, which will appear online in my blog. 8 matzahs, a cup of sweet wine, here it is, sweet wine, 8 ounces of semi-sweet chocolate.
Can I have some?
Not right now, Roxy. We're going to mix it with some other ingredients in the pot.
Are you sure?
Yes, I am. A half a cup of milk, 2 tablespoons of cocoa, cup of sugar, but I reduced it to a little less than a cup of sugar. But since it's a holiday, who cares? 3 tablespoons of brandy, and if I run out of brandy, I'll use some cognac.
Which I think looks like perfume.
And we'll have a teaspoon of instant coffee right here. Wow, I think there's going to be a lot of caffeine and sugar in this dessert. So we sit up all night talking about the Passover story and our exodus from Egypt. That's what I think. The other thing we have is a stick of margarine, or I'll take from this margarine. It's called Smart Balance. I'll take some from that. The first thing we do is we take a pot, we put in the chocolate, and then we measure the other ingredients. We'll take the cocoa and measure 3 tablespoons. And here's the first tablespoon. And I really ought to use this to make it even. 1. This is messy. The messy way. The Handy Hazzan's messy way of measuring cocoa. 3. That's okay. No one's looking except hopefully the whole world. Okay, and then the next thing is, one second, you're allowed to laugh, Roxy. Laughing is good for the soul. The next thing we're going to put in is the sugar, and we're going to dump that in.
Looks like
and
chocolate
the next
snow.
thing is the brandy. Okay, I don't know how much brandy's left, actually. I almost called you Candy to rhyme with brandy. I know your name is Roxy. It says 3 tablespoons. Here's 1. 1, 2, and 3. Do we have enough? Oh, we do! All brandy. Thank you, Brandy. My name isn't Brandy. I know, I'm just kidding. We add to that a teaspoon of instant coffee. Here we go. Come in. Yeah, I was just about right. It's exactly in this old container, a teaspoon of coffee. And I think we have everything to start melting. So if you will follow me to the stove. This is an old Wedgwood stove. I wouldn't trade it for all those fancy new Vikings and all those other fancy stoves. In fact, I repaired this stove, but I'm going to show you pictures of it some other time. Oh, and up here, this is one of my favorite things in our kitchen, by the way. It says hundreds, tens, and ones. I found it in an old garage, and I redid all the numbers, tried to make them look old. And I just think it's for success, for monetary success, as well as personal success. And we keep some of our, as you can see, some of our spices up there. Here you'll see we're starting to heat this up. We're going to put it on low. And Roxy, would you come back here? Because what I didn't talk about yet was the matzah. 8 pieces of matzah. So we're going to crumble these up and then add wine to it. While we're waiting for the chocolate and the other ingredients to melt, we're pouring a cup of sweet wine into a bowl, and we're going to crumble the matzah into the bowl. We now add the margarine to the chocolate that is melted in the pot with all the other ingredients.
Hi, Handy Hazzan.
Oh, let's continue. We now mix the chocolate combination in with the matzah and the wine into this special bowl that belonged to Roxy's grandmother, my mom Martha. I've created 2 rows of the finished product, and now I'm going to actually roll them up just like this and put them in the freezer. Hello everybody, Handy Hazzan here, and it's the day after, and I've got the chocolate wine matzah rolls. I just took one of them out of the freezer, and we're going to see how they cut down and how they look. We're also going to taste them, aren't we, Roxy?
Yes, we are.
Oh, there's a little piece. Yesterday I forgot to tell you to add that half a cup of milk right to the chocolate mixture after you take it off the stove and let it cool down for about a minute so you don't burn the milk. Here we are back at the chocolate matzah wine roll. I'm going to just cut the end of it off because it usually is kind of brittle and not very big. We'll set that aside. We can set it right there. And now let's cut a piece off and see how they look when we cut a nice, maybe ½ piece off. Ah, this is going to be great. We take like a little cupcake holder. We take the chocolate wine matzah roll and we put it right in there. Here's one. Let's cut another nice big one. Another good one. Better? Think it was better, Roxy?
Yep, and it's gonna be mine.
There you have it, folks. The handy Hazzan's chocolate wine matzah rolls for Pesach. Chag Sameach.